We do have some good news. Jacob Smith is joining his brother. He is committed to Michigan from Connecticut. We talked all about him last week. Go back to last week's show where we had Dennis Fithian from Maize and Blue Review on the show, and we actually did film study on air, and we went over Jacob Smith and his impact potentially on Michigan. So Dennis Fithian last week, we thank him for coming by the show. But make no mistake, this is an extremely good recruiting class. Michigan is not an Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State where they're in the top 5 every year. There's a case to be made that Michigan should be in that category, but you've got to win some postseason games, I think, to get there consistently. But number 4 in the country is still pretty good, and Michigan isn't done. So I think it's probably going to wind up being top 6 or 7 when it's all said and done, at least top 10 at bare minimum. And that's an extremely good recruiting class for Michigan. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with in 2024 and 2025. And guess what? Harbaugh and company are rolling out the welcome wagon for the 2025 class as well. 5-star offensive lineman David Sanders is planning to make the annual barbecue at the Big House trip. And he's not the only one. We actually have seen, we know that Achilles Smith Jr. is going, 4-star passer, 93rd best player and 7th best quarterback in the class. Rowan Byrne, offensive tackle, 6'6", 290 pounds. And Elijah Dodson, 3-star. All 3 of them, and he's a local kid, all 3 of them we already knew were coming to barbecue at the Big House. And now, added on to all of that, David Sanders. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a great question. Where are they? Well, you can make an argument for a few different things, right? I think that one is that they just now, I think, have the right staff in place. We all know that Matt Weiss wasn't the best recruiter. The Davis family even said so. Now Kirk Campbell is in place, and he is doing a phenomenal job from all recruits. Chris Partridge just joined the staff. And remember, Chris Partridge was originally brought on as defense staff. They didn't even give him a title yet because basically they wanted him to come on and start recruiting top talent. They have the pieces in the coaching staff now to recruit top talent. The results need to be there too. We know that Harbaugh has hit a ceiling so far. Can he smash that ceiling? That's what we're going to find out. Yeah, Seawood, DB coach. I mean, we have star power. We have star power. And obviously, Jim Harbaugh himself is star power, right? So I think that that's part of it. We also, I believe, one of our former quarterbacks is on staff. Is it Denard? I think it might be Denard, or it's not Denard. It's Devin Gardner, but one of them I know is on the staff. So star power, Mike Hart. Let's get Charles Woodson. Why not? He's always very passionate about Michigan on Twitter. Denard Robinson. I knew it was one of those two. Denard Robinson on staff. So because of that, you have the star power there. You've got Jim Harbaugh. He's got his own orbit. He does commercials. He's up there with Nick Saban in terms of notoriety. I'm not SEC fans, please don't misunderstand what I just said. I'm not saying he's up there in terms of wins, but in terms of notoriety, most people know who Jim Harbaugh is. He was a very famous coach at the NFL level as well, and did it at the highest levels. Yeah, I think you're right, Sarah. I think it's Denard. Yeah.